I looked at this lake of fire.
Sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
I looked at the first stage of fire. It was like there was something giving life to it. It's like it had a pillar, but a pillar in form of a nose. It's like there was thick, dark smoke coming from this pillar, but all the way into that lake, from the nose into the lake, I was seeing thick, dark smoke, and I was also seeing like the way you can see, like, I don't know how to explain, but it's fire but dark. It has no color. It's fire but dark. Like how you can see somebody pouring dark liquid, but this dark liquid is hot. And I was thirsty. In hell, there is no water.
True.
And I wanted, even if it was a drop of water, I had no access to any water. Yet where we were under the water in the marine kingdom, but there is no water. We could not get access to water. And I cried until I felt like now I'm not crying anymore. No tears can come. It's just sweat until I feel like now I'm so dry. I don't have anything in me to give me life. These musicians sing about what they go through. That musician sang about, I need some water to help me. Many musicians talk about thirst. They say they are thirsty because their souls thirst. And this time I realized that this kind of fire is not the normal fire that I know from this world that we are living in. The fire that we know is a non-living thing. It can go off. No matter how much it is, at a certain point it goes off. But the other fire grows. The way I saw it yesterday is not the way it's going to be today. It keeps increasing. It grows. It has a pillar. It has a source. It's not a kind of fire that goes off. So if you think that people are going to burn for a certain time and then God will pardon them, there's nothing like that. You're in it for good. And the thing is, the soul, our souls don't die. It's only God who has power to kill or preserve. So he's telling you that he gives eternal life. We choose between life and death. He has given us an opportunity to choose while we are still alive. The moment the doctor says we could not do anything, there's nothing we could do or we can do to save this life, then that's it. That's, you either go to heaven or you go to hell. And the other thing that shocked me from this fire, I feared maggots from childhood and caterpillars and roaches. In this fire, I was seeing huge maggots. Huge maggots. One maggot that can enter into a body and consume it within seconds. You see how maggots feed on decayed things?
Yeah.
And there are many. You find thousands of maggots in a cow or something that has decayed. This time, there in hell, they didn't. The way it's designed, one maggot is enough to do all the work that thousands of maggots can do here. And then here, the maggots die when you burn them. There, it's like they feed on fire. They grow in the fire. They are huge. beyond the normal maggots that we know. The caterpillars there, they are so huge that you can't even believe. If you saw one and started screaming, what about there in hell, where there's no coming back if you went, and a person is going to be sentenced to that fire? Those maggots and caterpillars and roaches are not there for design or decoration. They are there to torment. They are there to torment Satan, who doesn't want to perish alone. He wants to go with the children of God because he knows it grieves God's heart to see that his children are perishing with the enemy. He did not design the lake of fire for us. But Satan doesn't want to go alone. So he wants to go with as many people as possible. Looking at the second stage of this lake of fire, now the fire had turned from that dark smoke fire. That's why you see even their designs in the clubs when they are performing, the strippers, they will show you that smoke coming from beneath. They will show you the smoke when they are doing their videos, music videos. They will show you that black liquid, the dark liquid. They will show you everything. They will tell you that us, we have sold our souls. They will show you their tongues that are dark. They will show you where they're headed. They're telling you we are going to be swimming in that fire, in the lake of fire. They're showing you, they show you everything. But people are blind. They have eyes, but they cannot see. They have ears, but they cannot hear. They are blind, and the enemy wants people to be blind. He's not afraid of the church filling up, but he's afraid of the church getting filled up with the Holy Spirit. So you coming in numbers does not threaten the enemy. But your personal relationship with God scares him a lot. So what he will do, he will allow you to go to church and get entertained. And he will allow your pastor to mix with these celebrities. And he will give him popularity and money, and at the expense of your souls. So you go to church and your relationship with God distances even more. Instead, a place where you're supposed to get closer and closer to God, you distance. They separate you because they have decided to sell you for fame, for money, for a few, for private jets, for position, for names, whatever it may be. They are selling people, and they know what they are doing. So they will introduce the celebrities. They will have celebrity services, celebrity Sundays, celebrity this. They know their mission. But because people don't want to read the word, they just follow. They go to places where there is a crowd. They no longer look for a place where there is God. They look for a place where the crowd is, where there is fun. They look for a place where the pastor is popular. They look for those places. And they don't go to church seeking God. They go looking for men and women. And now Satan is very comfortable with that. He will not bother with such a church because he knows that at the end, he's going to get souls to perish with him. That's why the fear of God is not in many churches. The fear of God is not there. They are compromised. They can do the things that the people in the world do without thinking about their relationship with God. It has gotten to that point where people curse. They curse God. They do all sorts of abomination without fearing the consequences. The fear of the Lord has departed from many people. A person can kill without thinking about how God feels, what is going to happen to them after they kill. They kill and behave like it's normal. They rape. They are in fornication, adultery. A Christian can go to church on Sunday and then refuse to pay a debt on Monday. When they have the money, they borrowed and promised to pay back. But because the fear of God is not there anymore, so they cannot even pay or clear a debt. Many people are crying because of Christians. Why? The fear of the Lord is not there anymore. Many people have been conned and scammed by Christians. Why? There is no fear of God, and that is where Satan wants us to be as Christians. He doesn't mind you saying, I'm born again, I go to this church. As long as you're not friends with God, he knows he has you. He knows everybody is accountable. At the end of the day, we are all accountable to God. So that's why you see pastors having many wives and they are behaving like it's okay. No fear of God. Church is business. There is customer care preaching. Don't offend my followers. Don't take my followers. That's what they are more concerned about than bringing people closer to God. So when I saw that lake of fire and I started crying for help and Satan told me that, I felt like, wow, now who can help me? And as I'm still thinking about who can help me, I saw a second stage of that lake of fire. It is so huge, you cannot see it to the end. But for some reason, I was able to see the different stages in this lake of fire. So the second stage, I saw the fire had turned from that black and it was turning into orange flames.
You said that it was coming out of a nose?
It was coming, there were pillars, and the pillars are shaped in form of the nose, and the nose is sending smoke and that dark liquid, and it would just increase. You would think that you would think like the fire is going to stop. No, it just increases, and the smoke and the liquid from the nose, I don't want to say nose because a nose is small in somebody's imagination, but the way the pillars are designed, they are designed in form of a nose, and it brings out that liquid like the way you see a running nose. Yes, like a nose with mucus coming through, but now this is fire,
fury,
and it just comes, a river, or like a river, like connecting to the lake. That's why when I started, I said a river. And then it joins into this lake of fire. And then you see the maggots, these roaches, and all those insects that are scary. It's like they're eating the fire. And you can see it's smaller in size, then it comes out, it is huge. And these things don't die. They don't die. They survive in fire. They are just there to cause pain. They are just there to afflict everybody that is in that fire. I don't know how I wish there's a way we could draw this and paint the picture for somebody to see. Have you ever seen a waterfall?
Yes.
The water that is coming with force.
Mm-hmm.
That is how that liquid and the smoke would come from the nose with force. Then it joins into the lake. And then it lifts those things that are into the lake. It stirs up that fire. And then the other thing I did not explain is the fire produces sound like there are things that are exploding. Like, let me say, like somebody shooting, or fireworks, how you see fireworks, or the noise alone is irritating. And even before somebody is thrown there, the fear, I don't know how to explain. Like you hear things exploding, and then the heat, the fear, that place is disgusting. Like I would never imagine even my enemy in hell. That's why I always say, if somebody says go to hell, that person is not your friend. Whether they were joking or not, it's not something you can joke about. Either they don't know what they are saying, or they don't wish anything good for you. So anybody who tells you that go to hell, that person is not your friend. The second thing I saw in the now next stage of fire, the sound changed from explosives to, like, have you ever been to a factory where they bend machines and they weld, like that sound of something that when somebody's welding something, like wee, like pa pa pa, like machines, like metals are being banged together, like metals are being assembled in a factory, and not one metal, many metals. The noise is too loud, like it can even damage the ear. For some reason, I was allowed to see this lake of fire. Maybe God knew that at some point I was going to get delivered and share with you what I saw, so that you decide if you want to go there or you want to make heaven. It's a choice. But when I saw the second now stage of fire, now this is an open mouth. And in the mouth, there was something popping out like a tongue. And this tongue was like, you get a piece of metal and then you put this metal in fire and then the metal turns red. And this thing was spitting, like how you light charcoal stove, and then those sparks that come from it. Yeah. So it was spitting things like that. And then it became so red that it now made flames. So there were orange flames coming from the mouth of that pillar. I saw it's also like a pillar, but in form of a mouth, open wide, and with something like a tongue popping out, but it's looking like a metal, but it's what is giving the life force to this fire. And when I saw this fire, I remember I started shaking, my legs knocking, and
Sorry.
I started shaking and I started gnashing my teeth. Everything on me, I felt like everything has stopped. I could not believe that is where majority of the people are heading. Now I was looking at reality. People are going to hell and they are so happy, but they don't know. They are joking about it. They think it is fun. They think it's something small. They think it's just hell, And they just joke and say, hell no, hell this, hell this. They think it's something that...
I think it's a figment of people's imagination. They think it's a control mechanism. They say that religion is a control mechanism. They're just trying to control people.
Yeah.
Bezwa nje ihit enengumnyama. Bahamba, mabalokhu bahamba, bezwa umsindo wabantu abamemezayo. Kodwa lo msindo loyo ukude. So bayezwa ukuthi kunabantu abamemezayo baningi. Billions. It's about 8, 9, 10 or 12 billions zabantu. Ngoba bazalwane ezihokweni kugcwele ukundlula ezulwini. Ezihokweni kugcwele ukundlula ezulwini. Kodwa uma ufika ezihokweni, ispace sikhona for everyone. Angiyazi ukuthi iyenzeka kanjani indaba le. Ngoba abantu bangapha ama billions kodwa ispace sikhona. Everybody afikayo ispace sikhona. Sazwana bazalwane. So bahamba labantu uma balokhu bahamba kunala babona kuvela into ered. Angithi kumnyama. So kuvela into ered. Kula kunomgodi khona bayongena kulomgodi lo. So umgodi lo uvulekile. Umgodi lo yinto enkulu njenge soccer ground la sidlalela khona ibhola egroundini. Angithi niyabona ukuthi iground ingakanani la kudlalelwa khona ibhola. Iground inkulu kanjani. So umgodi loyo umgodi olingana neground yesoccer. Kula abantu bazongena khona. Abantu mabafika lapha bayaziwisela bona baya bagijima bafike baziwisela. Uma bawela phansi, uma baya phansi, mabafika phansi bayabona ukuthi izihoko zinkulu. Into is like the world. Bayabona ukuthi singene lapha embobeni inkulu imbobo leyo, kodwa mabafika phansi babona ngathi isingathi ilizwe. Into enkulu nje isingathi kula emhlabeni. Sazana bazalwane, kodwa okusalayo izindlu aziye ezihokweni. izinto azikho. Kufana njengabantu abasebenza eminini bangena baya phansi, mabafika phansi kunendlela eziyalena le ziyenziwe abantu abasebenza eminini. Nalapha ezihokweni kunjalo ke. Abantu babaleka kuqela umlilo, every kind of fire, ngoba umlilo walapho awufani. There are different kinds of fire laphaya. Kunabantu abashiswa ivolcano, kunabantu abashiswa umlilo, kunabantu abashiswa i-oven, kunabantu abalungwa yinyoka, abanye badliwa igundwane, abanye badliwa yibungu zalapho. Kunento eziningi nezinja zikhona futhi ngasezihokweni, kodwa izinja lezo asizinja zala emhlabeni, izinja zalapho. Nenyoka inyoka zalapho, negundwane igundwane zalapho, akusiyingundwane zala. Uyabona nje ukuthi igundwane le, kodwa likhulu lilingana nebhodo. Igundwane ezinkulu ezilingana nekati, icat. Igundwane esikhulu zidla imizimba labantu abalokubasha. So ke labantu bahamba bazalwane, bahambe bafike bazibuyisele bona. Mabafika emgodini bayazibuyisela, ababuzi ukuthi kwenzakani, bayazibuyisela ngoba bayezwa ukuthi uwo lo umgodi. Bayabona ukuthi okay, this is the entrance. Bayabona ukuthi kungenwa nala. Mabafika lapha bayazibuyisela, baqabanga ukuthi mabangenile bayosha baphela. Ngithi bafika abayazi ukuthi ezihokweni kunjani. So baqabanga ukuthi mabawela ngaphakathi bayosha bafe. Kanti lapha ezihokweni akunamuntu azofa, uyasha umzimba wakhe, inyama yakho iphele, kusala amathambo. Makuqeda ukusala amathambo uloku uyamemeza kulawo mathambo lawo, ngoba ubona umuntu kusela amathambo, something like a skeleton. Kodwa uma ubheka between the chest, around the heart, uyabona ukuthi nangu umoya walomuntu inside the bones, inside the skeleton. Ukhona ukubona umoya womuntu ukuthi umoya womuntu, kanti into nje ukhona ukubona umoya between the inside the skeleton. Afterwards kuzovela inyama, umzimba omunye uvele inyama ivala amathambo. So kumuntu futhi uyaqala uyasha, uyamemeza inyama iphele, kuvela amathambo, kuvele enye inyama futhi, which is athi kuzoba kanjalo forever. So abantu bawela bazalwane, and lapho ezihokweni before bangena kunamadimoni amile ngaphandle abamele abantu abafikayo. Amadimoni lawo afana nje ngamasoja, bafana nje ngamasoja walapha, ingathi ama-security alapha abagade abantu abafikayo. So amadimoni lawo into ingathi ama-dry shoot, ama-vampire, ingathi abantu kodwa babade, banamandla. Abafakanga icathulo, ubona amazipho wabo amade, imino yabo yizandla, imino yamanyawo, amanyawo wabo amakhulu, amadolo amakhulu, inhloko zabo zikhulu. Bayahleka abantu mabafika ezihokweni, amadimoni ami lapho embobini la bazongena khona, there by the gate of hell, la kunomgodi khona. Amadimoni ami lapho amaningi, angiyazi ukuthi ngizathi amangaka, amela abantu abafikayo. Mabantu bafika baloku bakhala beza baningi, amadimoni ayabahleka. Amadimoni ayabahleka ngoba babona ukuthi nishonile ke, dala niphile emhlabeni nidla kamnandi. Thina amadimoni lapha ezihokweni asinakudla, uNkulunkulu akasinikezi ukudla, so ke sizodla inyama zenu. Amadimoni ayahleka bazalwane, ahleka abantu abashone bangasindiswanga. Mabafika ezihokweni bamangala ukuthi yini lezi, babona ukuthi amadimoni la abakhona ukubuyela emuva. So everybody afikayo kule gate leyo, uma wena umuntu wesifazana ufika kule gate le uzongena ngasezihokweni, uma babona ukuthi okay ufake i-herpes enweleni zakho, kusho ukuthi wena ushone usuka emhlabeni kade ufake ama-herpes enhlokweni yakho. Umzimba wakho womoya uza ngalawo ma-herpes lawo. The way angithi uma usibheka in your mirror ubona omunye umuntu agqoke njengawe, angithi so ke kodwa akusumuntu, imirror ibonisa isithombe sakho, angithi. So the moment ushone emhlabeni uhamba ngalesithombe leso njengoba wena usibhekile in your mirror esibukweni. So uhamba ngalesithombe le, uhamba olokunjalo, umoya wakho uhamba olokunjalo. Uma ushone ufaka ama-hairpiece, uhamba ngalesithombe leso esevelayo in your mirror. Angithi wabo. So uma ufika lapha ezihokweni, before ungene ngasemgodini, amademoni bababona i-hairpiece bayakulanda. Amademoni bayakulanda, bakubambe ngesandla, bakumukise phezulu, bakushaye phansi, bakubambe bakumukise phezulu, bakutsiphe, bakudabula inyama, bayakunqwaba ngalamazipho wabo, bakunqwabe, bakukhipha amehlo, bakukhipha inwele, basuse isikhumba sakho. Uma lokhu ukhala bahleka bathi kube shut up, shut up, basho kanjalo. But this is hell. Bathi la kusezihokweni kade uphila kamnandi emhlabeni. Bazalwane, amademoni basiyazi. Amademoni angiyazi ukuthi what kind of people are those. Bayazi amagama wethu kodwa bahlala ezihokweni. Kusho ukuthi every time bayasibona uma siloku siphila emhlabeni, ngoba uma ushona abakubuza ukuthi ubani igama lakho, bakubiza ngegama. Baliyazi igama lakho, bathi woza la. Uma lokhu ukhala bathi woza la. Umama wakho kudala akukhuza athi uye esontweni ungafuni, woza la. Why ubungaye esontweni? Uma uthi yo angithi uyasha, uthi yo bengayazi, bathi ubongayazi. Angithi umama wakho kudala akutshela ukuthi uye esontweni, woza la. Mawufika la bazalwane, bakubambe isandla sakho, bakubeke phansi, bakunyathela ngenyawo labo elingaka, inyawo elikhulu, bakunyathela ngalo idemoni, bakugwaze, baphethe insimbi ezinkulu. Angiyazi ukuthi ngizathi intweni, izinsimbi ezimangazayo, izinto zabo balwa ngazo lapho. Akusizinto zalapha emhlabeni, ezabo, they are special for them. Bayakugwaza, before ungena ngasezihokweni, bakugwaze, bakunyathele, bakuphula amathambo. Uma wena ubona ukuthi yo ngiyafa, awufi, babaqeda ngawe, bayakubamba bakuphonse uwele ngale ngasemlilweni. Mawufika ngasemlilweni, umlilo uyakushisa, kunamademoni amanye futhi ngaphakathi, bazodila ngawe, bazokushaya every day. Amademoni azokushaya, amademoni bazalwane amaningi. Mina ngiyazibuza ukuthi siloku sithi abantu baningi lapha emhlabeni. Asiyazi nix. Amademoni andlula abantu abaphilayo emhlabeni, amademoni amaningi. And then ngizwile uJesu athi amademoni akaSathane, they are more than 1 trillion. 1 trillion. So you can think about it. Abantu abandlula 1,000 billion, which means it is 1 trillion. Baningi bazalwa, amademoni baningi, abantu abaningi amademoni, angiyazi ukuthi kanjani. Badla inyama zabantu abalokubasha. Uma lokusha bafika bakubambe, bathatha inyama yakho emzimbeni bayidle, olokubhekile badle inyama yakho, badonse inyama. Angithi uyasha manje, singathi uba inyama manje, badabula inyama yakho lokubhekile, badle. Abaqedela bakapa ngembazo inhloko yakhe iwele le. Uma inhloko yakhe iwela le, ikhala lokhu ilapha ya umzimba wakho la. Inhloko ilapha kodwa iyakhala. Mayiceda lapha inhloko bayekhaba ilowela le ekudeni, umzimba usala ungananhloko lapho. Bayazi ukuthi uma inyama yakho iphela uzothola enye inyama futhi izovala amathambo wakho, and le nyama le iza nenhloko enye futhi, uwe lo usha forever. Lapha bazalwane ezihokweni ngubulungu, amademoni bafika bakukhipha isandla, basikhiphe, basiphule lokubhekile, baphule isandla sakho, basiphula. Babaqede bakubonise sona nasi isandla sakho, basidle, amathambo akhona balahlela phansi, bakushiye unganasandla. Ukhale kakhulu, isandla sakho basikhiphile, basidlile, ngapha uyasha, inyama yakho iyaphela umlilo. Mawuqeda uthola omunye umzimba futhi. Into eyenzakala lapha ezihokweni. So bazalwane, ngasezihokweni kunabantwana from 4 years upwards, abantwana abasindiswanga, abantu abamnyama, abelungu, Chinese, Indians, every children. Kunabantwana bakhala, nabantu abakhulu bakhala, nabantwana laba abana 14, 15, 16, ama-teenage nabo bagcwele, everyone. Abelungu, abantu abamnyama, akunamuntu akhuluma nomunye, into bayenzayo nje ukukhala. Abakhona ukubuzana ukuthi wena ubani igama lakho, uphuma kuphi, ulethweni abakhulumi abantu ngasezihogweni bazalwane bayakhala into nje ebazoyenza forever ngoba umlilo loya ubukhali khali awufani nomlilo walapha emhlabeni umlilo omangazayo uyabona ukuthi uNkulunkulu ngesikhathi ayenza umlilo lo bekakwatile ngoba umlilo lo awudlali bazalwane awudlali kodwa into imangazayo amademon abashi bona angithi bona baphila lapho abashi bafana nathi lapha emhlabeni asishiswe ilanga angithi sihamba ngaphandle kodwa inhlanzi iphila ngasemanzini thina siphila lapha emhlabeni angithi nalapha ezihogweni amademon aphila lapho so kubo abashi umlilo lo